Welcome to another edition of Around Town, where we focus in on the people and places that affect your community. I'm Larry Seaman, your host, and today we're at the ONeil Theater in Londonderry, New Hampshire, where we're ready to preview another movie done by Daryl Silva, who has produced and directed films here in the Merrimack Valley for a number of years. He's ready to show us his newest one, and it's called Boys, which is a mob movie, but we'll find out more about it in just one moment. Once again, we're at the ONeil Theater here in Londonderry, New Hampshire, and we're premiering a movie called Boys, and here is the producer-director, Daryl Silva.
Indeed. Hello, Larry.
And I forgot to mention Lisa.
Yes, co-producer on the movie. Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about the movie first of all, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. You know, I can't help, to be honest with you, when sitting here with you thinking about how maybe, 3 years ago, you were interviewing me outside of, Salvatore's, and we were getting ready to film the hypnosis show scene, and I had the long hair and all that going on. It's been 3 years. We've been working very hard on bringing this movie to fruition. It is inspired by true events based in the Merrimack Valley area. It was also shot all over the Merrimack Valley, Methuen, Lawrence, Salem, Salisbury. It's based on a story of a mafia family who basically, after living a life of murder and mayhem, try to find redemption. Unfortunately, though, sometimes when you take that route, being the dark side, sometimes it's too late. So some make it out, some don't. But it has a very strong redemptive value, being the movie.
Now, Lisa, you have such a strong supporting role in this, but could you explain what your role was in this?
Yes, well, this one, Daryl did a lot of it himself. I was pretty much behind the scenes in this one. I pretty much helped him behind the scenes and helped giving him advice, you know.
When they leave the theater after seeing the movie, what would you like them to leave with?
One of the things about this movie and working on it for so long, you work on the picture, you work on the sound, you work on trying to make all the technical aspects of the movie as best as you can when doing a low-budget independent film. But the story means the most. It all starts with the story. I want them to be able to leave the movie saying, wow, we're proud of this movie being from the Merrimack Valley. What a story well told, and what a great theme, and what a great job done.
Now, more on the film it really is a realistic depiction of the real world.
It is, yeah, very much so. You know, when you think of the mafia, you think of the mob, you think of, say, for example, I always do anyway, that ending scene in Casino where Joe Pesci's best friend is the one to put him to rest, so to speak. And it's very real that lifestyle, or in that lifestyle, people turn on each other very quickly, where money is more important than, say, your friends or your family. So a lot of that is depicted in this, but at the same token, I think me being a family man, or us being a family, unit, that's also depicted in there as well, how important that is. Yes.
What were some of the challenges that you had to overcome?
Oh, my goodness. How long is this going to be?
Give us some examples.
There's a reason why it took 3 years.
Just to give a feel, behind the scenes look more or less as to what you have to go through to do this.
Well, you know what? To do anything of value, obviously, you have to find the means, being financial. The financial means to be able to do it. We were blessed to be able to do our own work, to be able to put our own funds into the film. However, on top of that, we were also blessed to meet people who believed in us and believed in the story and put their own financial means in. So that, with them putting in and us doing a lot of fundraisers, you've been at a few, very fun evenings, but they take a lot of work. Each event, when it's over, it's like a Band-Aid that you pull off and go, oh, it's done. That wasn't so hard. But that's probably the toughest. And whenever you're doing a film and you want to do it right, you have to do it in steps. So maybe the sound design is first, or the coloring is next, or, the editing comes, after that. So there was certainly a challenge in completing each one. And me being as neurotic as I am, it had to be done right, you know.
And changing the script at times
Right.
to
Sure.
fit the budget.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's
So
true.
some of the scenes that he originally wrote, he had to take out.
Yeah, there was a car chase scene in there. You know, of course, well, we couldn't do that. We had already gotten away with enough by doing the shootout scene, and I'm very grateful for, you know, everyone who took part in that. So, I mean, there are certainly challenges when doing a film in general. They'll try doing it with a very stretched budget. Now you can only think about that.
Now, be a name dropper. Mention some of the actors that are in this and what kind of roles they play.
Sure, absolutely. Well, Ron Ferris, well, everyone's here this evening. Ron Ferris is a professional disc jockey, and he actually started out in theater years ago. He's in this movie. He auditioned at the Sons of Italy, walked in, had quite a presence. He was phenomenal. Jerry Valley, God bless him, plays himself in the movie, does very well at it. Obviously, Dr. Azar Corby plays under boss Sal Samperi, very natural. Jack Giarusso is played by John Rizza, who's a dentist in North Andover. Gregory Athens, one of our more seasoned actors, will be here this evening. He plays Charlie Licata. He's awesome. And Christy Lynn, who actually was a stunt woman in the Tom Cruise movie Night and Day, was in the movie, and she played my mother, Anna Casio. And she's got cancer in the movie, and it's very convincing, you know, because you would never know it in real life when you see her.
Very good. Now, so what's the next step now that you had the premiere? Where do you go from there?
Everywhere.
Exactly. She said it
Everywhere.
Well,
correct.
distribution is probably what you're...
Yeah,
Indeed.
right now we're doing it ourselves.
Oh, right.
So we're going to theaters around the country. Whoever lets us in, we're going.
Yes.
And we gave up our life for this movie.
Yeah,
We took no home. We're just going to RV it.
Excellent.
And as long as people accept us in their theater, we'll be there.
Yes. We're launching it from the Merrimack Valley to start. ONeil Cinemas, where we are right now. Chunky Cinema Pub, Vision Max in Salisbury, Kendall in Boston. Cape Cod, Falmouth
New York
Cinema
City.
Pub, Tribeca. We've already been accepted to show it in Vegas at the Palms.
At the Palms.
One of your favorite spots, Larry, I hear, especially the Playboy Club. Yeah. So, you know, it's just, we're very, very, very proud of this film. People who have seen the screeners, theaters who have seen it thus far are excited about it, and we're going to do what a lot of other filmmakers don't do. We're going to take it and pound the pavement with it
Ourselves.
and take it around the country versus putting it in the manila envelope, sending it off and going, please like. You have to still do it, but I don't like to sit and wait. With the first feature, we did a lot of sitting and waiting for the politics to take place. There's none of that here. It's pounding the pavement and making it happen.